Good morning, everybody. We are going to continue talking about area today. So I want to remind you that area is the total number of square units that cover a figure. Now we have different looking figures today, but we can still use the idea that the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. We are going to break up these odd shapes into rectangles, and then we will figure out the area of the rectangles and add them together. So let's get started. So let's look at this one first. Okay. Now there are two ways that most of these, in fact all of these, can be broken into rectangles. There is no best way. It's really just what you feel like doing or based on the numbers that are given. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a line right there. So now I have two rectangles. I have this rectangle here, and I have this rectangle here. And I'm going to figure out the area of those two rectangles, and I'm going to put it together. So the way that I do that is like we did when we were learning multiplication using parentheses. So for this rectangle, the area is 2 times 4. So 2 times 4 plus the area of this rectangle, which we figure out by multiplying 6 times 4. And that's going to equal the area. I want to make sure you can see this blue pen. So I'm going to step here and take a look-see. I am going to grab a darker pen. I will use this black pen. The blue pen worked fine when it was over my shoulder, but I want to make sure you can see. So 2 times 4 equals 8 plus 6 times 4 equals, yes, 24. So 8 plus 24 equals 32. So the area equals 32 square units, because I did not put inches, feet, whatever on these. So we're just going to call them units for this lesson. Okay? So the area of this chair looking shape is 32 square units. All right, let's tackle this one. I'm going to put my line right there. So now I've got two rectangles, one that is 8 by 2 and one that is 2 by 6. So I'm going to do the work up here. So 2 times 6, that's this smaller one, plus 2 times 8 equals the area. Okay, again, this side's 2, this side is 6, so 2 times 6. This side is 2, this side is 8, so 2 times 8. So 2 times 6 is 12, plus 2 times 8 is 16, and that's going to equal, let's see, 12 plus 6, that's 18, plus 10 is 28. So the area is 28 square units. Okay? Now, moving down here. Let's see. Where do I want to put my line? I can go either way. I think I will just put my line right there. So now I've got a rectangle here that is 10 by 4. And I've got another rectangle that is, well, we have to figure it out because it doesn't tell us. So we know that this bit from here to here is 4. Now the whole thing is 10. So 4 plus this equals 10. I'm going to cross that out so it's less confusing. So 4 plus 6 equals 10. So 4 and 6 is the same as the 10 that was the whole thing. All right, so 10 times 4 plus 6 times 4 equals the area. Okay, so 10 plus 4 is 40. Plus 6 times 4 is 24. So 40 plus 24 is 64. So the area is equal to 64 square units. Okay, now moving on to the last model. I'm going to cut it right there. But in doing so, I realized, okay, so this one is 6 by 4. But this one, I don't know how wide it is. I messed up. So I'm going to tell you. It's 3. Okay? So 3 by 8. Okay? So 6 times 4, that's the area of this rectangle, plus 3 times 8, that's the area of this one, equals A. Okay? So 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 times 8, it's also 24, and that equals A. So 24 plus 24 is 48. So the area is 48 square units. All right, so that is it for the modeling. So now comes your time to solve these 4 problems. I want you to copy them down and then cut them and then solve for the area. Now, there will be one little hiccup. When I go over these, you will not be able, you may not cut it the same way that I do, but we will get to the same place answer-wise. So you can check your work that way. So, go ahead and pause the video and copy these problems. Okay, I'm back. So let's solve these 4 problems. Okay, let's do this one first. All right, I am going to cut right there. Now I know that this one is 4 times 4. So that's the area for this one. Now this one, we know one side is 10, but how long is this side? Well, this is 4, and the whole thing together is 6, so this must be 2. So 2 times 10 equals the area. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 times 10 is 20. So 16 plus 20 equals 36. So the area equals 36 square units. shape number 1. Shape number 2, a super tall L. I am going to chop right there. Now I know that this long side is 12 times 2. Plus now this small side. Now I don't know how long this side is, but I know that this all together is 5. And so this part here is 2. So this must be 3. So 3 times 2 equals the area. So 12 times 2 is 24. Plus 3 times 2 is 6. So 24 plus 6 equals 30. And therefore the area is 30 square units. Okay? All right. Let's move on to this really tall chair looking one. Okay? Now, I'm going to chop it right here. Okay? Now, I know that this is 2 by 3. But I don't know how long this side is. But I know that this is 2, and this is 2. So this is 4. So it's 4 by 6. And that equals the area. So 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 4 times 6 is 24. So that equals 6 plus 24 is 30. So the area is 30 square units. And that takes us to our T. Now the T isn't any different than these other shapes. You have to cut it into rectangles. The way that jumps out at me is to just cut it right there. And now we have this long section here is 8 by 4. So 8 times 4 plus, now this is 13 and this is 4. And that equals A. Ooh, I wrote on the wall. I'm gonna get in trouble. Okay, now we have never multiplied times 13. So you might have to do some addition. Or you might think about, well, 13 is really close to 12. So 4 times 12 is 48. Plus 4 more is 52. Or you could add 13 plus 13 equals 26. 26 plus 26 equals 52. Any way you do it, you're going to come up with 52. 8 times 4 is, what is 8 times 4? 32. So 32 plus 52 is 84 square units. So, there you go. Area of odd shapes that you can cut into rectangles. I'll see you soon.